And we're live. What's happening, fellas and ladies? This is the overlay breakdown for NBA. Even though it's a little bit repetitive because we get them on the DraftKings NBA videos all the time, asking if we're going to do them. I thoroughly love watching people comment like, "Can we get an
Yeah,
NBA overlay video today? Can we get overlay videos?" Like, they're coming as often as we can. Like, two sports keeps us busy.
for sure. The one thing I love about making the NBA videos, like you don't need to look at anything else. With baseball, like a lot of times you need to put a little more effort and thought into it because you got pitching matchups, you got weather, you got all that stuff. With basketball, it's strictly, mano y mano, if you will.
Yes, it is kind of like the joys of watching Donovan Mitchell play Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray, basically, just watching these two young guards go 1-on-1, as I've been gushing about it all day long. All right, so we got the progressive jackpot back up over 4K in the $22, just under $700 in the 2.5. You got these 5-pick shootouts, which are some of your favorites to play, and of course we got NFL, which we'll break down many day now, if not even today possibly. We'll try to get into it. Let's run through these NBA plays though.
Yeah, let's get it, man.
All right, Giannis versus Harden. Um, Giannis.
This is a really tough one, man. I don't want to pick it. I really don't. The reason I don't want to pick it is I don't want to pick against either of these guys.
Yes, I've liked Giannis against the Magic over Harden with in this matchup so far, but against Miami is a whole new ball of wax. Like Giannis will get his because, well, it's Giannis, but Miami plays him tough.
Yeah, and to be perfectly honest with you, there's ones I like a lot more, like farther on down. So no
Perfect.
problem not picking the first,
Yeah,
couple.
it's always hard to pick against a stud, right? Like because Harden, even though maybe it's not a perfect spot with Westbrook back and everything like that, like when he's nuts, he goes nuts.
Yeah, exactly. It's still James Harden.
All right, have you heard anything about Westbrook's minutes today?
I have not. So I'm not sure if they're going to bump it up. They didn't need to. They didn't need to stress him last game. I got to assume that if the game's close, I mean, listen, I know your point. Like they're up in the series, they don't need to stress him. But also, like it's only 3-2. I mean, if this game's close in the fourth quarter, do you see him not playing? Because I don't.
I mean, no, if it's like a must-win situation, as far as like the game's really tight with a few minutes to go, I'm sure he'll be out there. What they do to monitor it throughout the game, I guess it's probably like who's hitting their threes. We talked about this the other day when all of a sudden the Mavs were down like 22 yesterday in the third quarter, and the next thing you knew it was 6. What's the best way to phrase this? With the three ball being such a big part of the NBA right now, nothing's secure these days unless it's like 40 plus. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, 40 plus is pretty rare, but I get your point.
So I think I would lean on Chris Paul right now based on what I saw from Westbrook last game. I think he shot 3 of 13. He didn't look good. But I don't want to pick this one either because I don't know his minutes. And if Westbrook plays full minutes, then it's kind of easy just to pick him over Paul. He's just a better DFS player.
Yeah, I'm still going to go Paul, though, also, because he's more needed. And it's a must win for OKC. I mean, I think Paul has plays big minutes here, big workload, all of it.
Yeah, I don't like this one, though, either. These top two are not ones that I'm dying to pick.
So I feel the same about the top three, but I actually like the second one the most. So I like Paul over Westbrook more than I like the other first two in the top three.
Oh, because I like Butler over Middleton. I think that's a pick for me.
I mean, I like Butler over Middleton, but I don't love it. I mean, Middleton's playing well. He had, close to 50 fantasy points last game. I also I love the point that what's his name, that they're going to be really trying to take Giannis out of the game. So, truth be told, I like both of these guys a lot. Probably won't pick it because of that.
Okay. I'm Team Butler over Team Middleton, and I hope to be wrong because if I'm wrong, that means Middleton plays well, and the Bucks probably get this W. So it's the funny thing about when you have DFS and sports going, right? Like sometimes you are actively, in a weird way, rooting against your guys, which is kind of why sometimes it's fun to play homer picks. That way you can, get all your eggs in one basket.
For sure.
Okay. All right. Next down there, we got Bam versus Shy. Shy's a tough one to go against right now because this guy's been two different dudes in a variety of these games. I expect good Shy today, but I don't trust him at all.
I like him more than Bam, though. Like, I love the point Bam's going to be guarding Giannis, foul trouble. Give me Shy over Bam. Now, the other thing is missed shots are a thing here, so that could lead you to Bam, but I'm going to go Shy.
And I would go Bam right here. I would bet on bad aspect of Shy being an easy win for Bam, but Shy's peak is really good. It's a tough one to pick against. This is not an easy one to break down.
No, I feel like it's rare I'd pick Shy over Bam, but today's that day.
All right. Dragic versus Schroeder. I'm going to go with Schroeder, but again, this is not an easy one to go with. If you wanted to break it down by like a DK scoring, like I expect 40 out of Schroeder, like 35 out of Dragic. So I'll roll with Schroeder, but again, it's not an easy pick in the slightest.
Yeah, I'm not really looking to pick it. I mean, we talked about both these guys at length yesterday. I like both of them. You kind of got me looking at Dragic more. I'll lean Schroeder with you, but not excited about it.
All right, so Eric Gordon versus Rocco. And you brought up an interesting point the other day or yesterday when we talked this one down on members only that Covington has actually been significantly better with Westbrook on the court this year. I haven't seen that data, but I believe you and I trust you. And just from my own recollection, I feel like that's definitely been something that has been true. Eric Gordon has been super solid all series long. Covington had been trash up until last game. So I'm going to go with Rocco, but like the theme of the day, it's not one I say with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, the next few I really like, but this one's not one of them. So in a in a in a vacuum, I like Gordon more than Covington. But with Westbrook back, that there's no doubt that that hurts Gordon. Whether it helps or not Covington, it doesn't seem like it hurts him, but it definitely hurts Gordon. So I'm gonna go Covington also, but I don't feel great about it.
And it didn't hurt Gordon last game, but that doesn't mean it won't today.
Right.
And if
So
Westbrook is playing well, Gordon will have the ball less.
and we talked about that also. As each game goes by and you expect Westbrook to play more, you gotta assume that it hurts Gordon a little bit. If it doesn't hurt Gordon, that means he's playing really well, and that's how Houston can be really good. Gordon's a big X factor for them, I think.
Definitely. All right, moving down from there, Adams Gallo. You've been very uninspired by Gallo recently, so I know your pick right here is Adams, and I'm probably not as bullish on you as you are, but I would definitely pick Adams as well.
Yeah, give me Adams here for sure.
And this is one I'll pick.
Yeah, finally one I like. I mean, you got to pick 12, so definitely.
All right, Kelly O versus Darius Bazley. We've talked about Kelly O today on the DK one. I think gun to head, I'll go Kelly O, but not with a lot of conviction.
Well, I thought you'd like this one more. I definitely like Kelly O. I could see Bazley barely playing today. I mean, he's going to get a little run, but I could see OKC giving their starters and Schroeder massive minutes.
All right, after this one, this might be my top one on the board,
Yeah.
Lopez versus Robinson. Give me Brook Lopez all day long. With Bam spending time on Giannis, this gives Lopez the ability to play well in the paint. I believe he's got double-digit points in every game against Miami this year. Definitely give me Brook Lopez here.
Yeah, easy Lopez for sure.
All right, PJ Tucker versus Dort. I'll take Tucker.
Easy Tucker. This is my favorite one on the board.
Ooh, you are really bullish on PJ Tucker today.
I know. I've never happened, but he's playing good ball, and he was about to put up 40 if he didn't get ejected. Probably not, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, the thing with the Tucker is he can have a good half though.
Yeah.
And then he just doesn't shoot any threes the next half, and he gets 3 rebounds, and that's it.
If as long as that good half is the first half, and then you're not stressing the second half, I'll take it.
Well, at the end of the day, we don't care which half for points, but he's just not a monster upside guy. Dort was awful last game, so he doesn't do much offensively. They leave him wide open to shoot threes because he is definitely the lesser of all the evils on Oklahoma City. He's not a great shooter. He needs to develop that 3 ball to be a true 3 and D guy. You can't be just a D guy in the modern NBA unless you're in a specific matchup like this. So I'll go Tucker as well, but I assume Dort will play plenty today.
Dort will also get big minutes. He's there aren't many guys that do less offensively than PJ Tucker, but Dort is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are both not beating you off the dribble, put it that way. All right, Wes Matthews against Austin Rivers. I didn't monitor the last game very closely about how much Austin Rivers played with Russell Westbrook back and what he had some decent points, but I'm venturing to guess that a lot of it was junk time at the end of the game, but I don't know that because I wasn't able to watch this game.
On that point alone, because I had the same type thoughts, I'm going to go Wes Matthews, who's just more needed.
Yeah, and Wes Matthews, I'm wondering what the Bucks do with their bench in this series. So you saw the bench mob play a lot against the Magic, but the Magic are a vastly inferior opponent. The Magic are one of those teams that really had no business being in the playoffs because they're one of the weaker teams already, and then they're missing Jonathan Isaac, who is now out all of next year, missing Aminu, missing Aaron Gordon the entire series. I don't know what the
Yeah.
Bucks bench rotation will be, and Wes Matthews is an excellent defender.
And like to your first point, like Orlando is like a fringe playoff team with those guys healthy, like it's not like Orlando is some world beater with those guys in.
Exactly. I'll go Wes Matthews, but it's not very predictable in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, Connaughton versus Iguodala. Give me Iggy, just because Milwaukee's bench again is a little bit, it's deep and unpredictable, whereas Miami's got a pretty firm rotation. The one thing that could change that, though, if Eric Bledsoe is actually out today, which I expect him to play, then I would probably switch to Connaughton.
If Bledsoe's out?
Yeah, but I expect Bledsoe to play. I just think the questionable is nothing but a formality. I firmly expect him to be in the game.
Yeah, I mean, if Bledsoe's out, for sure, Connaughton. If he's in, it's tough because, if you told me these guys were playing the same amount of minutes, I mean, give me Connaughton all day. But I don't know if that's going to be the case, so I'll go Iguodala.
All right, Korver versus McLemore. I mean, this is one. These guys will do nothing but shoot threes. I mean, this is just a guess. I'll go Korver, but not anywhere close to one that I want to pick.
Yeah, I mean, I almost lean McLemore because of what you said about the Bucks bench. So I'm going to lean McLemore.
I mean, I think it's entirely possible both of these guys play under 10 minutes today.
Sure.
So that's why it's tough to pick. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not surprised if Korver plays 12 and McLemore plays 0 or vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not trying to pick this one.
All right, so we get into some interesting discussion here at the end, though, because we got a bunch of guys going up against one another. We got Crowder versus George Hill right here. So if Bledsoe plays and it sounds like he's a full go, I will take Crowder by an eyelash. However, if Bledsoe's out, then George Hill over Crowder might be the easiest play on the board.
I mean, yeah, that's a given. If Bledsoe's out, that's probably your top pick on the board.
Yeah, and then George Hill becomes 98% owned on DraftKings.
For sure.
So, okay. And then we got Jeff Green, Tyler Hero, or Daniel House. I think we can only pick one of these. What would be your favorite one?
This is so let's break it down. I definitely like House and Hero more than I like Jeff Green. Do you agree?
It's tough because that game last time out turned into such a blowout, and I was little wondering what they were going to do. Like, if Westbrook is playing like full minutes, you got Russ, Harden, and Eric Gordon, you can run the 1-2-3, and then House, Tucker, Green could all potentially lose some time, but we didn't see a full representation of the game due to the blowout. So I'm still a little bit confused on this one. I think gun to head, I go Tyler Hero over Jeff Green because I really do trust Tyler Hero right here. But I can get the arguments for any of these guys. So I'm going to go Hero over Green as my choice. But I'm not, I'm definitely open to being swayed on that.
I'm going to go Hero over Green as my choice too. Said I like Hero and House more than Green. With Westbrook back, they just don't need Green as much. They don't need him creating the offense because they got Westbrook back and they still have Harden, etc. And they like PJ Tucker in that role. Obviously, I'm high on him today, which makes me not love Green. And then as far as Hero and House go, very tough. I trust Hero's minutes more.
Yeah, and again, if I hear Westbrook is a full go today, and I know that now you're getting 36 minutes of Westbrook, 36, 38, 39 minutes of Harden, and Eric Gordon continues to play well, well, now you still have Rocco. If he's playing well, like all these guys, House, Green, even your boy Tucker could lose a little bit of run. Because if Green plays really, really well, like Tucker, as much as we like him today, could lose a few minutes in his own right.
For sure. I mean, listen, no doubt about that.
Yeah, so in a weird way, even though Jeff Green and Daniel House do not play the same position as Russell Westbrook, with Houston's desire to play specifically only small ball, it does throw a couple of monkey wrenches into your plan right here. That's why I think I'll just choose Tyler Hero, who I know will play good minutes the second unit.
I trust Tucker to get his minutes, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they've had him there for a while. Jeff Green's still a relatively new addition to this team.
So yeah, exactly. So that's the other reason I'm glad you just brought that up. Why I like him over Dort, especially too. Like they are similar offensively. They don't do that much, but like Tucker can miss 5 threes in a row and he'll shoot the sixth and he's still gonna play. Dort, like he's not guaranteed any playing time, like any run like that. Like I get it, he's gonna guard Harden, but if he misses like 4 threes, he might not shoot the rest of the game.
No, yeah, he's not there to shoot. They left him wide open last game because he is relatively an offensive liability. I really enjoyed the young man's defense, but in order for him to kind of stay in this league permanently and have like a offensive start or a starting role with the team, like you got to at least learn to shoot the three ball better. You don't have to be able to break guys down off the dribble. You're not going to be asked to be the playmaker. That's going to be CP3, Schroeder, and Shy. You just need to be able to make the three at a what's the word I'm looking for here? Competent.
Yeah.
You know, way.
It kind of reminds me of a guy they used to have in Roberson.
Yeah, who could just never do it. Only I think Dort's defensive potential is even higher than Roberson, who's an excellent on-ball defender. But you got to be able to make that three competently. You can't be a black hole on the offense in the modern NBA.
No, it goes into the point you talked about with leads. Just if you have if in order to come back from that 20-point lead, like we just talked about, you have to have guys that can make threes.
Yeah, and so he could lose some run right there.
Yes.
Or OKC could get up big in this
I
game. I mean, just because Houston did it last game doesn't mean OKC won't do it here.
No, for sure. I mean, definitely not.
So, and that's where Tucker might lose run because Jeff Green's better offensively than Tucker.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
So it's an interesting one. Either way, I think we sided in the same spot, though, which is Hero over Green.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, that is Overlay for today. A lot of fun breaking these down for you guys. The website continues to grow. The name of it is overlaydfs.com. I have a link to their Twitter profile below because we can't share links on to sites on YouTube anymore or run the fear of getting banned. So you can get there that way. Otherwise, it is overlaydfs.com. They continue to grow on a daily basis. You can see that their contests continue to get closer and closer to not filling up, but having more entries on a daily basis and get in now while it's still early.
Yeah, they got some really cool stuff coming out. So just keep watching our videos. Go join them today. And let's get it, guys.
Thank you very much.